Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine warm sunlight resting on your skin like a soft blanket. You're sitting under a vine-covered pergola, shadows dancing across the ground. There's a quiet fountain sound in the distance, rosemary in the air, and a path of broken tiles shining like little pieces of history. Now open your eyes. What if I told you this isn't Spain, and it didn't cost a fortune? What if the most beautiful Mediterranean garden moments could be built from what most people throw away? Plastic bottles, driftwood, old wood scraps, broken tiles, even forgotten corners of your yard. Today we're turning waste into a backyard sanctuary you can actually live in. Welcome back to Backyard Fortune, where we turn ordinary materials into outdoor spaces that feel timeless, peaceful, and real. If you love recycled garden ideas that look expensive but stay DIY friendly, you're in the right place. And I have one special request. If any idea in this video inspires you, please subscribe to follow this series, and share this video to WhatsApp and Facebook so more garden lovers in your circle can discover these ideas too. To everyone who shares and watches until the end, I'm praying you'll be blessed with a long life, strong health, and a home filled with peace. Herb. Now let's start building beauty, one small corner at a time. One, sunken fire pit courtyard, a hidden warmth beneath the garden. Beneath the open sky, where the earth gently dips, a quiet warmth begins to gather. This sunken fire pit is not just a place for fire, it's a place for pause. A place where the world slows down, where the noise of the day softens into flickering light and gentle shadows. Built from reclaimed bricks and smooth river stones, it feels as though it has always belonged here. Nothing loud, nothing forced. Just the quiet beauty of materials that have lived before, now given a second story. As the fire glows low, the surrounding grasses sway softly, catching the warmth and carrying it outward like a whispered invitation. This space doesn't demand attention, it welcomes it. You sit lower, closer to the earth, closer to yourself. Conversations feel deeper here. Silence feels comfortable. Time stretches gently, as if it remembers how evenings used to feel long ago. There's something grounding about gathering around fire. It reminds us that comfort doesn't come from perfection, but from presence. From warmth shared. From moments allowed to breathe. And as the glow fades into the garden night, this quiet circle prepares you for the next story. Because just beyond the firelight, another hidden corner is waiting to be discovered. Two, living pergola of driftwood, a ceiling made by nature. Above you, the light begins to soften. Not because the sun is fading, but because nature has gently learned how to filter it. This living pergola is not built to dominate the space. It grows into it. Driftwood branches, once shaped by wind and water, now rise again, this time to hold shade instead of waves. Vines climb slowly, patiently, weaving green stories overhead as sunlight slips through in quiet patterns. Standing beneath it, the world feels slower, cooler, kinder. The air moves differently here, carrying the scent of leaves and warm earth. Shadows dance across the ground, never still, never rushed, just like time itself when we finally allow it to breathe. This is not architecture meant to impress. It's a shelter shaped by rhythm, by seasons, by hands that worked with nature instead of against it. A place to sit without purpose. To listen. To feel the day pass gently above your head. And as the vines continue their silent climb, they remind us of something simple. The most beautiful ceilings are not built to block the sky, but to invite it closer. Just beyond this living canopy, another quiet transformation waits to be discovered. Three, Trencadi's Mosaic Path, beauty born from broken pieces. Every broken piece carries a story. A moment once discarded, now waiting for meaning. This mosaic path is not about perfection, it's about memory. Fragments of ceramic, once forgotten, are gently returned to purpose, shaped by hand into something that invites slow footsteps and quiet reflection. Each shard catches the sunlight differently, whispering stories of kitchens, courtyards, and days long past. As you walk along this path, you begin to slow down. Your eyes follow the gentle curves, your steps soften, your breath settles. There's no straight line here, only movement guided by intuition. The path doesn't rush you forward, it asks you to notice the beauty between each step. This is where broken becomes beautiful, where imperfections turn into rhythm, where even the smallest fragments find belonging. The garden seems to lean closer, as if listening. And with every step, you realize this path isn't just leading you forward, it's reminding you that life, like this mosaic, becomes more meaningful when its pieces are allowed to remain imperfect. And just ahead, another quiet transformation waits. One shaped not by tiles, but by living walls that breathe. Four, vertical living wall, when walls begin to breathe. Some walls were never meant to stay silent. They wait patiently, holding space, waiting for life to return. This living wall begins not with perfection, but with intention. Driftwood frames, once shaped by water and time, now cradle new growth. Vines reach upward slowly, learning the wall the same way hands once learned the soil. Nothing here is forced. Everything is allowed to breathe. As the plants climb, the wall changes. Light settles differently each hour. Shadows stretch, retreat, and soften. What was once a flat surface becomes a quiet landscape, alive, responsive, and gently moving with the day. Standing before it, you feel something shift. The space feels cooler, calmer, as if the wall itself is listening. It doesn't separate the garden from the home, it connects them. It reminds us that life doesn't always expand outward. Sometimes, it grows upward, patiently, beautifully. This is not decoration. It's a conversation between time, texture, and care. And as your eyes follow the vines toward the sky, you sense another space waiting just beyond. A place where pathways guide your steps and stories continue to unfold. Five, hidden courtyard fountain, the sound of stillness. Water changes everything. In this quiet courtyard, its voice is soft, almost a whisper, but powerful enough to slow the world around it. The fountain doesn't demand attention. It simply exists, offering rhythm to the air and calm to the mind. Built from humble materials once forgotten, this small basin becomes the heart of the garden. Stone meets water. Light dances across the surface. Moss settles gently into every crease, reminding us that time is not an enemy, it is a collaborator. Here, the noise of the outside world fades. The mind softens. The body exhales. This is not luxury defined by cost, but by feeling. A space where stillness feels alive, and where moments stretch just a little longer than they should. You don't rush past this place, you pause, listen, and stay. And in that pause, something beautiful happens. You remember how little it takes to feel at peace. As the water continues its gentle rhythm, another space begins to call, one shaped not by water, but by pathways that guide your steps forward. Six, window box illusion, when bottles become old world charm. At first glance, it looks like an old window box, aged, sun-warmed, and full of life. But look a little closer, and you'll discover a quiet secret hiding beneath the surface. This planter was once made of simple plastic bottles. Forgotten, ordinary, easy to overlook. With a thin layer of texture and a little patience, they've been transformed into something that feels timeless, almost as if it has always belonged here. Flowers spill gently over the edge, catching the sunlight as it moves across the wall. The rough surface tells a story of hands at work, of small efforts repeated with care. Nothing here is rushed. Nothing is perfect. And that is exactly what makes it beautiful. This window box doesn't shout for attention. It invites it, softly. It reminds us that beauty often lives just beneath the surface, waiting for someone to notice. Waiting for someone to believe that even the simplest materials can carry warmth, memory, and life. As the light drifts across the blooms, the garden begins to feel more alive. And just beyond this quiet window, another hidden corner is ready to reveal its story. Seven, the disappearing garden fence, where boundaries become gentle. A fence does not always need to say stop. Sometimes, it simply whispers slow down. This living boundary is not built to divide, but to soften. Branches once fallen now rise again, woven gently into a form that feels more like a suggestion than a wall. Vines slip through the gaps, claiming the structure as their own, blurring the line between what is inside and what lies beyond. As the seasons pass, the fence changes. Leaves thicken. Shadows shift. Light filters through in quiet patterns that move with the day. What once felt like a barrier becomes a companion, guiding your steps without ever confining them. Here, the garden breathes freely. Birdsong passes through. Breezes wander without resistance. And you begin to realize that boundaries, when shaped with care, don't limit life, they protect its rhythm. This is not a fence meant to be noticed. It's meant to be felt. And as your path continues beyond it, another space waits ahead, one where the garden opens wider, inviting you to linger just a little longer. Eight, the small garden corner that feels like a whole world. Some of the most beautiful worlds are not wide open. They are quietly tucked into corners. This small garden space may seem modest at first, but step closer and it begins to unfold. Layers of green rise gently from the ground, wrapping the space in softness and calm. Containers once forgotten now hold life again, each plant finding its place in a quiet rhythm of growth. Here, scale loses its meaning. The corner feels larger than it is because it offers something rare: stillness. A place where time stretches, where the world feels just a little slower, and where your thoughts have room to wander. The beauty of this space is not in how much it holds, but in how carefully it is composed. Every leaf matters. Every shadow counts. Even the smallest details seem to breathe with intention. This is the magic of small gardens. They don't ask for attention, they offer refuge. And as you linger in this peaceful corner, you begin to sense what lies ahead. A path waiting to guide your steps forward, one gentle curve at a time. Nine, the garden path that slows your steps. A path is never just a way through a garden. It is an invitation to slow down. This one doesn't rush you forward. It curves gently, asking your feet to follow its rhythm rather than fight it. Each stone carries a different texture, a quiet reminder that movement can be mindful, that even walking can become a moment of presence. As your steps soften, the garden begins to speak. Leaves brush your ankles. Shadows stretch and retreat. The world feels less hurried here, as though time itself has chosen to wander rather than race. Paths like this are not designed to impress. They are designed to hold you, to guide without command, to lead without pressure. They remind us that beauty is often revealed slowly, one step at a time. With every curve, the space opens just a little more. And just ahead, something else begins to appear, a place not meant for passing through, but for staying. Ten, the garden gathering space, where stories are shared. Every garden eventually becomes a place to gather. Not for decoration, but for connection. This space isn't defined by furniture, it's shaped by moments. A table worn smooth by time. Benches that remember laughter. A place where stories settle into the grain of the wood and linger long after voices fade. Here, meals stretch longer than planned. Conversations drift freely. Silence feels comfortable, shared. The garden stops being something you look at and becomes something you live within. Nothing here is perfect, and that's exactly why it works. The uneven surfaces, the softened edges, the way sunlight filters through leaves, all of it reminds us that beauty grows where people gather with intention. This space does not demand attention. It simply welcomes it. And as the day leans toward evening, something changes. Light becomes warmer. Shadows grow longer. And the garden gently prepares you for its final gift. A place where fire and night meet, and stories linger long after the sun has gone. "11. The quiet fire circle, where night begins. As the sun fades, the garden changes its voice. Light softens, colors deepen, and in the center, a quiet fire begins to glow. This is where the day exhales, where warmth gathers low to the ground, drawing people closer without a word. The fire doesn't rush, it flickers gently, casting stories onto stone and skin alike. Here, time slows. Conversations soften. Laughter arrives without effort. The world feels smaller, safer, more human. You don't sit around this fire to impress, you sit to belong. The circle holds more than warmth. It holds memory, reflection, and the comfort of shared silence. The kind that needs no explanation. As sparks rise and disappear into the dark, the garden feels complete, not because it is finished, but because it is alive, breathing, listening. And when the fire finally quiets, something lingers in the air. A reminder that the simplest light can make the deepest connection. The living pergola shade, where light learns to dance. Light does not always need to be controlled. Sometimes, it simply needs a place to dance. This living pergola is not a roof, it's a conversation between sun and shade. Branches rise naturally, carrying vines that soften the sky above. Leaves sway gently, filtering the light into quiet patterns that move with the day. Beneath it, time slows. The air feels cooler. Thoughts become lighter. Even silence seems kinder here. This space is not about escape, it's about presence. A reminder that shade can be just as powerful as sunlight, and that comfort often comes from balance rather than control. As the hours pass, shadows stretch and retreat, drawing quiet stories across the ground. You don't rush here. You listen. You breathe. You let the moment unfold. And when the light begins to fade, you realize this place has done its work. Preparing your heart for what comes next, where warmth returns in a softer, deeper way. The warm border of living stones, where the garden gently ends. Every garden needs a gentle ending, a place where the earth softly exhales. This border is not meant to divide. It's meant to guide. Stones settle into the soil as if they've always been there, quietly holding the shape of the garden without interrupting its flow. Plants spill over the edge, softening the line between where one space ends and another begins. Here, nothing feels forced. The curve of the stones follows the language of the land, not the ruler. Each piece rests in its own place, imperfect yet complete. Together, they create a rhythm the eye can follow, slow, grounding, reassuring. This kind of border doesn't shout for attention. It whispers calm. It invites you to notice the small details, the way moss clings to stone, how shadows settle at dusk, how the garden seems to breathe. In these quiet edges, you feel a sense of closure, not an ending, but a gentle pause. A moment to appreciate what has been built with care, patience, and respect for nature. And just beyond this calm boundary, the journey continues, toward the final spaces where the garden becomes memory, comfort, and home. The last garden threshold, where everything comes together. Every journey needs a threshold, a quiet place where one moment gently gives way to the next. This space is not loud or dramatic. It doesn't demand attention. Instead, it welcomes you with balance and calm, inviting your body to slow down before moving forward. Stones settle into the earth. Plants soften the edges. Light drifts across the ground as if guiding your steps. Here, the garden feels whole. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything belongs. This threshold is a pause between worlds, between movement and stillness, between effort and ease. It allows the mind to rest, to notice the small things, the warmth of the ground, the scent of leaves, the quiet rhythm of nature breathing around you. In this moment, you are neither arriving nor leaving. You are simply present. And as you step forward, the garden does not end. It opens into memory, into calm, into something that stays with you long after the path disappears. "15. The final garden memory, where everything lingers." Some places stay with us long after we leave them. This final corner of the garden is not meant to impress, it is meant to remain. A quiet space where light lingers a little longer, where shadows soften, and where the world finally slows enough for us to breathe. Here, nothing asks for attention. The plants rest in their places. The air feels warm, familiar. Even time seems to slow its pace, as if honoring the stillness. This is where memories quietly gather. Not loud ones, not dramatic moments, but the kind that settle deep within us. A pause before evening. A thought that finally finds its calm. A moment of gratitude that doesn't need words. You don't rush away from a place like this. You carry it with you. Because a garden, at its heart, is never just about soil or stone. It is about how it makes you feel when the day ends, when the noise fades and what remains is peace. And in that stillness, the journey doesn't end. It simply becomes part of you. And that's the quiet magic of a Mediterranean-style garden. It doesn't begin with perfect land or expensive materials. It begins the moment you decide your backyard deserves peace. If even one idea sparked something in you, save this video, share it, and come back anytime you need calm inspiration. And tell me in the comments, which build would you start first? The pergola shadows, the mosaic path, or the hidden fire pit courtyard? Thank you for being part of Backyard Fortune. Now, let's move gently to the next idea.